Hey, good morning, you guys. I'm super excited to be here with you. I often get asked, well, you know what, before I say that, my name is Jacqueline Pear. It is pronounced like the fruit, spelled much, much different. It's that lovely German that my husband has in him. So he gave me a beautiful name and everybody mispronounces it, but it is said pear and not purr. So I'm Jacqueline and I am the tea lady. So I wanted to jump on here real quick because I get asked so many times, is making tea hard? And my knee-jerk reaction is, no, tea's not hard to make. It's super easy. But then I sat back and I thought about it and I was like, is tea hard to make? Let's see, is it hard to make? Well, I started really giving it some thought and I was like, well, it's not that tea is hard. It's that people don't want to pay attention to what they're doing. Hey, Atra. They don't want to pay attention to what they're doing. And actually, tea is very simple to make. And I'm going to show you how. So with the right equipment or kitchen utensils or whatever, like, there's certain things in your kitchen, like you have a certain knife to do whatever with, to cut, or you use a butter knife to butter your toast, or you use, a plunger to unclog your sink. Well, the same thing is with tea. So when making tea, using the right equipment or a kitchen gadget, utensil, whatever, is extremely important. So I'm going to show you, like I said, how to make tea. First I need some caffeine very desperately. So I'm going to show you how to make some good old-fashioned caffeine. Okay, so some of the things that you're going to need, and when it comes to tools, I'm sorry I'm jumpy, but when it comes to tools in your kitchen, you want to make sure that you have, like I said, the right things. So the next question you would ask me, who determines what the right thing is for me? The right thing for you in your kitchen is what works for you. What works for me is not going to work for you. So I'm going to show you several things you can use to make the perfect cup of tea. Okay, so you're wanting an infuser. This is a fine mesh infuser. It is a universal infuser. You can put any tea, and you can notice the tiny holes here on it, and then it has the holes here. So you can put any tea in here at all. You can put rooibos teas, black tea, white tea, green tea, oolongs. You can put any tea in here, pu'ers, all of it, except for matcha, because matcha does not need an infuser. Okay, so you can use the universal infuser. You can use a ball like this, or you can use a steeping sack, which is a biodegradable tea sack, which looks like this. Okay, and you would just take it and you put your tea inside, and then you lay it on the outside of your cup. Super easy. Or you could tie a knot in it, or whatever works for you. There is no rocket science to making tea, just making sure you have the proper things so that your cup is great and it's not oversteeped or overbrewed. Okay, you also want to make sure that you have some form of way to time your tea. I love the tea timer, but you don't have to use this. But I love this one just because it has a dial here on the side, and it tells you exactly how long to steep your tea. Okay, exactly how long to steep your tea here on the side. And you just turn the dial, and then you set it aside. It goes off, and it works. But you can also set a timer in your house, or on your microwave, or on your watch, or whatever works for you. Make sure you set a timer, and you for your tea. This is just easy because on here it tells you rooibos teas, you need 5 minutes. Oolong teas, you need 3 minutes. Green teas, 2 minutes. Black tea, it's on here, it says like 2.5 to 3 minutes. So it's just easy because it's on here and you don't have to really do the guesswork. But the beauty of that is on the back of our tea packages, which I don't have any in front of me, it has the brewing instructions on it. It tells you how many times you can steep it, and it tells you how long to steep it for. Not only does it tell you that, but it tells you exactly what ingredients are in our tea. So there's never any guesswork. You're like, can I have this or can I have that? It's on the back of the bag. And it also gives you suggestions on what products to use to make that tea. So you also want to make sure that not only you have your timer or you have your infuser, whether it's the universal infuser or steeping sacks or the tea ball, you want to make sure that if you like sweet tea or you like to add any type of sweetener to it, you want to make sure that you have your your sweetener. So this is simple syrup, and it is just sugar and water, and you boil it on your stove, and I stick it in the fridge. Or you can do infused simple syrup, and that's just taking fruits and stuff like that, boiling it down in sugar, and then taking the sugar and pouring it in a container like that. You can use honey, which is what we use in our house. We use honey. Or you can use a honey powder, which I love, by a company called Subi. And this is what the honey powder looks like. It's truly just powder in the form of honey. It dissolves in hot or cold, which is what I like. I have honey crystals, which we use as well. Hey, Courtney. So this is honey crystals. They just look like granulated sugar, but it's honey. And then we have cane sugar here. And it's just a finely powdered sugar. So those are the ones that we use here in this house. So you want to make sure that you have your sweeteners, you have your infusers, you have your tea, and then you have whatever it is that you're going to make your tea in. So back to me telling you that I needed some caffeine. So we are going to take a cup, and we're going to put a universal infuser here on the top, and we are going to, oh no we're not, because I decided I'm going to want some matcha. But if you want any other kind of tea with caffeine, use an infuser. But I'm going to do matcha because it has high caffeine in it. Doesn't give me the jitters. Gives me clarity, mental focus, which clearly I need right now because I'm all over the place. So this matcha is going to do the trick. And a spoon. So this is the matcha spoon. And I'm going to use a scoop of that because I'm making the mocha matcha. And then I'm going to add our Hostess exclusive this month, which is the salted caramel. And because usually that spoon is only good for 8 ounces. This is an 8-ounce cup of matcha spoon. So because my cup's a little bit larger than that, I'm going to do a scoop and a half. But I'm also doing 2 different flavors. So I did mocha matcha and salted caramel matcha in there. And then I have the tea containers that I keep my tea in. Then I'm going to add, you know what? 1 minute. It never fails. Hey, Regina. It never fails that I start making my tea when I'm going live and I forget to grab the water. Like, you can make tea without water. Isn't that silly? So then I'm going to take a whisk, and I'm just going to whisk my matcha in this cup just so it gets all blended real good. Now, you don't need an infuser. You don't need a steeping sack. This is the only tea that you do not infuse. Now, matcha is 10 times the antioxidants of a regular cup of green tea. Again, it's great for mental clarity and focus, so it's an awesome tea to be drinking. And ours comes in several flavors. We have sweet matcha, and then we also have the regular matcha that are flavored that are unsweet. So, which if you're looking for healthy options, hey Christy, if you're looking for healthy options and things like that, our matcha is the best, hands down. I love it, and I drink pretty much a cup every single day, sometimes 2 or 3 cups a day. People ask me, well, how can you possibly drink that much? And, people drink 3, 4, 6, 8, 10 cups of coffee a day. Well, I don't drink coffee, so I drink my matcha instead. You need some mental clarity, Christy. Well, you know what? You grab you some matcha and let's do this, okay? Let's get you some mental clarity. So what I'm doing now is I'm frothing some milk because I love to go to the coffee bars, but I cannot drink coffee. So I am making it like a latte. Hey, Lenetra. I'm making it like a latte like I would if I went to the coffee house or a coffee bar. And I'm going to make my own latte at home. So this is my cup of caffeine this morning. Super delicious. Salted caramel matcha with mocha matcha. You can use any milk that you choose to froth it. I use almond milks, cashew milk, pea milk, oat milk, whatever milk. I just don't use dairy products to do mine. But you can do that, and they're so very good. Yes, go get you one, Christy, right now. So let me show you another quick way to make tea. Like we make it by the pitcher. I've already made one earlier this morning, but I'm gonna show you for just the purpose of teaching you how easy it is to make. I'm gonna take this pitcher and we're going to make an iced tea. Again, I'm going to use the pot scoop, and this one is sweet mango. It is a caffeine-free, naturally caffeine-free tea. We do not have decaf tea because in order to decaffeinate a tea, it has to be chemically processed. We do not chemically process any of our teas, so it is a caffeine-free tea, naturally. It is a rooibos tea, often known as the red bush or the South African tea, and so that's what I'm using, and this one is sweet mango. So you can see the chunks of fruit in there. There's mango in there and things like that, and then the red. So I'm just gonna put 2 scoops in here. If you want a stronger tea, you want to put more tea, not more time, because the more time you add makes it bitter. But you don't have to worry about that with your rooibos teas or your caffeine-free. Hey, Shelly. So this here is what it looks like inside the pitcher, and we're just going to add a little bit of hot water just to cover the leaves, simply because I need it to steep. And then I'm going to set our timer. The one I told you is absolutely fabulous. And I truly do use it all the time, not just simply because I'm doing this video. Because you're like, ah, yeah, she doesn't use that. She only uses it for the video. Not true. I use it all the time because I hate crappy tea. I really do. In fact, I take my own tea to restaurants because that's just who I am. I take my own tea to my restaurants. I put them in a little steeping sacks, and I can show you how to make to-go tea bags, your own to-go tea bags in those on a next video. But yeah, I am such that person that I like to take my own tea with me. So I like to do that. So, okay, you guys. So we're just going to let this steep. But again, I'm making the sweet mango. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Sweet mango rooibos tea. So, you know, you guys, I am not perfect. And you don't have to be perfect to do this either, which is what I love. I can be totally me all the time, and it's absolutely wonderful. I don't have to pretend or hide or act like I'm better than, you know, anybody else, because we all make mistakes, and you can make mistakes. But this tea is so easy to make and you don't need to be perfect at all. Oh, you have got to try this, Shelly. It is amazing. Good morning, Gina. So I am going to put in here some fresh mangoes. I have them frozen in the freezer, and so I'm going to add them to this. I'm going to, we have what, like 3 minutes or so. I'm going to add that. If you want to add your sweetener, again, you can use your simple syrup, or you can use any of the sweeteners I told you about. You can use the honey powder, which I use from Subi. You can use the honey crystals, which, again, if you missed the beginning of the video, honey crystals, they look like that. You can use honey crystals, or you can use just regular sugar if that's your thing too. No judgment here. Well, I love you too, Christy. You're so sweet. And I use honey sometimes too. And you can get this honey. I like the Jamie's honey because it comes in all different flavors. So this one here is a vanilla bean infused honey. But you can also get cinnamon. You can get lemon, mango, and they're pretty awesome. So I love the infused honeys. So that's what I drink in my tea, or I'm addicted lately to the honey spoons. Have you seen those? Those are absolutely fabulous. They're little spoons on a wooden stick, and you can put them in your tea, except for they're really sweet. So I have to like remember to take mine out, otherwise I can't drink it. But it looks cute. So you guys, okay, so before we did my caffeine, which is much needed, and you see I'm talking better and having more clarity and mental focus, I'm actually getting it together now, which is important. Again, so I did the mocha matcha with the salted caramel, which is awesome, with frothed milk on the top, kind of like you get at your Bartistas. Much cheaper, healthier for you, better for you, and you know what you're putting in your glass, which is an A+ for me, being that I'm diabetic. And I have to be really careful about the things that I add to my diet. So our matcha is premium, and I know exactly what I can put inside my drinks and things like that, and what I'm putting into my body, which is equally important for me. Oh, your dog ate your honey crystals? Oh my gosh, that's awful. Shelly, you can buy more at a company called Thrive. They sell them there, and they're the purest honey crystals I have found. And if you need a link, I can make sure I get that to you. Yeah, you need your honey crystals. So I'm gonna throw some ice in here into our iced tea, because iced tea is not iced tea without ice, right? So we're gonna stick some ice in here. Yeah, we're just gonna stick some stuff in here. Why not? There's never too much ice, right? And then give that a good swirl. All right, so there. And then we're going to add, you know, I'm probably jumping the gun because I think we have like half a minute, but you know, it's okay. Rooibos tea is also really good that you don't necessarily have to time it to the timer, because the longer it steeps, the better it gets. Unlike black tea or white tea or green tea, where you have to be super, super careful. I'm not going to fill this up completely just for the sake of being away from the camera, but you're just gonna fill this up with the rest of the way with water, and then you have the perfect iced tea. You can stir it up and be lazy like me and just do that. And then you have a top on it. Our pitchers are great for being able to make sure you keep, oh, there our timer is. Make sure you keep the tea leaves in, and you keep your tea coming out of your cup. So we're gonna add some mango in here. I like them because it's already sweetened. Hey, Frank. And I don't have to add, you know, sugar or anything like that. But again, if you like sweet sugar and that's your thing, again, no judgment at all, ever. You can add sweetener to it as well. But you will see, you can see the mango in here. The mango pieces, it's really pretty. And I love the color of that tea, and it's absolutely beautiful. So that is how you make sweet tea, all right? So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Without you, I would not be here. So thanks again. Be blessed. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Bye, guys.